I asked on Twitter which of these three Highland Scotches you wanted to review next, and the vote was so close that I decided to devote the next three episodes, one to each of these, starting with the Macallan. Let's do this. Welcome to Whisky Riffs. I'm Kevin, and today we're going to review the Macallan 12-year Highland Scotch whiskey. If you ask people to name a Highland Scotch, more often than not, you're going to hear Macallan. They have a great marketing department, they do wide distribution, and they make a damn fine whiskey. So there's no reason why they shouldn't be the first name out of a lot of people's mouths. The Macallan 12 is a Highland single malt Scotch whiskey aged a minimum of 12 years, and that means that the youngest cask in this bottle is 12 years old. There could be some older ones. And it's aged in exclusively in sherry coke. No, there's no coke in this. It's aged exclusively and matured in selected sherry oak casks from Juarez, Spain. Now, Macallan is very proud of their wood and their casks. This is a treatment that makes this what it is. Very few whiskeys have the signature taste that the Macallan has, and that's because of those sherry oak casks that they're good at selecting and good at maturing their whiskey in. Macallan was founded in 1824 by a farmer and school teacher named Alexander Reed, and they were the first, or one of the first, distilleries in Scotland to be legally licensed to distill and sell whiskey. They're considered a Highland Scotch, but you'll also hear them described as Speyside. Speyside is a section, a portion of the Highlands, that's actually in the northeast corner. Now, Macallan is deeply connected to Spain. This is where they get their wood, their casks. They're very particular about which casks go into the making of Macallan whiskeys. Their sherry oak is what gives them 80% of the flavor and aroma for their whiskey, and definitely 100% of the coloring. And you can see that this has a beautiful color to it. It's not artificial. They don't put any special coloring in their whiskey. This is just from the sherry casks. Macallan has a beautiful new distillery that they built in Speyside, that's built into the hills, it looks like it's part of the scenery from one direction. You can't even tell it's there. You look from the other side and you see this beautiful glass front. It's supposed to evoke the way that they're connected to Speyside and the way the whiskey is connected to Speyside. Judy and I are planning a visit to the Highlands to do a tour, and this distillery is at the top of my list. I really want to see what they've done there. They built a facility that you can look on their website. I'll put some links down. It's got so much in there, and it's really an architectural wonder. Of course, we also booked a 3-day Highland tour of other distilleries. Why not? You can't go to one distillery in the Highlands without going to as many as possible. So I'll have stories. That's happening later in June. So I'll have stories plenty after that. We'll do some videos. I'll try to capture as much as I can during those visits to see if I can maybe do some special episodes about how whiskey is made and the different Highland distilleries and what their specialties are. You know, it's a tough job going to distilleries and drinking whiskey, but I feel like it's important to support this channel, to to really give you the information that you need to understand whiskey and to enjoy it more. So I'm willing to do that for you. Just the kind of guy I am, always working for you. So on the nose right away, vanilla. I'm getting some sweetness from the sherry. Ooh, like dried cherry. I don't know if you ever had the. I've had these cherry lozenges, the things that were supposed to help your sore throat, but they're probably just mostly candy. But they were cherry flavored, and this is reminding me of that. It's sweet, but it's not like fresh cherries. Vanilla, and like I said, the sweetness from the sherry cask, I think, is affecting it a lot. Oh, that's nice. It's very smooth. The sherry is helping with the edge. Of course, at 43%, you're not going to get a ton of alcohol burn like you will with cask strength. I'm getting dark fruits, maybe fig. There's definite spice from the oak. For the finish, it's nice and long. It's going to stay with you for several minutes. I'm getting dark chocolate. Not the sweet chocolate, but more of the 70 or 80% dark chocolate, where you get that little bit of bitter edge. If I sit with the flavors and the nose, I'm getting maybe raisins on the taste. There's a lot in here. It's a complex whiskey, which is why I appreciate that they can bottle this at a lower percentage and it's still worthwhile. Now, with any adding of water to whiskey, you want to start off with a little bit. You can always add more. You don't want to go too crazy with it at first. You can't take water out. Well, you could add more whiskey. It's never a bad idea to add more whiskey to a glass. But anyway, start small. Didn't change the nose much. Maybe a little flatter. Not much change. Let me put a little bit more in. This is a healthy pour. It's not opening up anymore for me. It's a little spicier on the taste, maybe a little bit more burn actually. And the finish seems to be a little bit less. I think they bottled it at the right percentage. I think that's a good percentage. Certainly add water and see what you think, but I think they nailed it with 43%. I don't think this one needs water. There's a great finish on it though, and I think they did it proud with the selection of woods with the sherry casks. Excellent job. As they should. I mean, they've been doing this a long time. They should know what they're doing. The price for a Macallan 12 is around $60. I think it goes as high as 66 for me, maybe around 70. So in the 60 to 70 range. Check by you. All the prices are regional. The availability is high. They ship everywhere. If you can't find Macallan 12, I have no idea where you are. It's unbelievable. Most every bar, almost every liquor store, they have a Macallan 12. Now, if you go for something that's more aged, like an 18, you're going to pay upwards of $300. It's really not worth it, especially if you haven't tried the 12. If you're looking for the Macallan 12, be careful. There are double wood casks. There are triple wood casks. there's variations of this that are not the original with the full sherry casking. So make sure that the bottle says 12 years and exclusively matured and selected sherry oak casks from Juarez, Spain. So if you're a fan of Macallan, tell me why in the comments. Also, if you have a different expression that you've tasted and like it, tell me that in the comments too. I'd love to try some of their other ones. I've only tried 12 and the 18, I believe. Thank you so much for watching. I hope this was educational. I hope you got something out of it. I hope you were able to enjoy a dram with me while I was tasting and giving notes. Let me know in the comments if you have different notes, if you had a different experience, and give me a like if you enjoyed it. Certainly subscribe if you would. Subscribers really help. And bang that bell so I can notify you when a new episode is out. Cheers. So I asked on Twitter, out of these 3 Highland Scotches, which one do you want me to review the most? And the vote was so close, I decided I divided to this vote. The next vote, I can